Hello, my name is Carmen Trotta, and I am currently a sophomore here at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. I am majoring in agricultural leadership, education, and communications, also known as ALEC, with a concentration in agricultural education. I am pursuing two minors during my time at the U of I, one in leadership studies and the other in food and agribusiness management. For my future career, I plan to become a high school agricultural educator teaching somewhere in the state of Illinois. I want to become an educator, especially in agriculture, because of all the opportunities and involvement that the subject offers for everyone across the world. In my time throughout high school, and being able to engage in my school's agricultural program, I was able to gain various experiences and opportunities that would help my passions for the industry and education grow. I had the chance to take classes related to agricultural mechanics, agribusiness and economics, biotechnology, and much more that exposed me to how we are all connected to agriculture in some way, shape, or form. Because of the influences that these teachers had on me and the content they exposed me to, it made me want to be able to do the same thing for our future students. As a part of obtaining my degree in ALEC in agricultural education, I must take my agricultural content classes. These classes include things like horticulture, crop sciences, food science, agribusiness, animal science, and agriculture engineering, which is what I'm taking now with ETMA's 100. With my reasoning for this course, I want to be able to take the content that I learned within this class and hopefully teach some of it when I become a teacher in the future. With this project specifically, and doing this video, the topic I will be doing is how I think there should be more of a presence of an agricultural curriculum throughout all schools, not only within the state of Illinois, but across our country and even world. In the state of Illinois, for example, there are roughly 1,250 high schools, and out of that number, only about 30% of them have some type of agricultural program to offer students the chance to take classes and to learn more about the agriculture industry. Although that may seem like a high percentage, I personally believe that the percentage should be a lot higher, closer to like maybe 100 even. Almost everything that we do within our lives has some type of connection to agriculture. And even with this connection, there are still a lot of people who aren't fully educated about how reliant we are on agriculture and how much it affects them every day. Agriculture plays a part in so many things in our society, and with that means there's also a lot of content that is associated which could be taught to students. Some topics more than others, I believe, that students should learn in the class. So it's things like how crops grow, how certain farm equipment work, like tractors and combines, basic sciences of food and animals. These are all things that I think a student should be exposed to at some point in their educational careers. All of those things are really included in an agriculture education curriculum. And regardless if a student is from an urban or rural background, or even if they're from a farming background or not, this content is important to know and it should be implemented in schools all over. Specifically in this course, I think that all the units we have gone over throughout the semester were all particularly important to enhance the students' understanding of the field of agricultural engineering and technical systems management. From covering topics about conversions, to looking at land measurement and uses, to even learning about electricity. All of these topics are important to know about, especially for someone like me who wants to go into a field where I would be possibly teaching it. With agriculture engineering, there's a lot to know about the subject, and if more people were to be educated about it, we would have extreme benefits from it. Agriculture engineering investigates how equipment like tractors and combines are made and what their functions are. In the subject, you learn how to evaluate land use to get the best yields, how new technological advancements can help farmers and agriculturalists, and just so much more. Without the studies and applications of this field, we wouldn't be anywhere close to where we need to be to support our world. There are studies all over that show that we need to increase our food supply drastically. We also need to decrease our carbon footprint and all of these things if we want to continue to support our evolving population. But without proper techniques of agricultural practices like farming, and without the advanced technologies like droning, tracking, and GPS, the farming practices we have now would be nowhere close enough to what we need it to be, and we probably wouldn't even survive at all. Even in past civilizations we have studied, we have seen how dependent they were on their agricultural sectors. They had to make sure that water was properly getting to their crops, they had to make sure the sun was properly, and all the energy and stuff like that, and they just had a heavy reliance. And even just because we're more advanced as a planet now, doesn't mean we should stop caring about our agricultural sector as much. Our agricultural sector is evolving along with the technologies, along with how much people we have to feed and how the food gets distributed. It's all evolving, but it seems like we're paying less and less attention to it. And I think that needs to change. The more awareness that is made about these topics and the more programs that offer classes relating to agriculture and agriculture engineering, the more importance it'll have on everyone. One of the main problems that I've seen with my time in high school and even now in college is that many people either aren't fully educated about the subject or they didn't even know that there's the opportunities for them to learn about these topics. They didn't even know that there is such a thing as agricultural programs offered in schools around them. And I want to be able to help be part of that change, to bring more agricultural programs to high school students and even elementary school students to teach students about topics that we've gone over in class, not only in urban areas, but more in rural too. I think it's important that both sides really have the same amount of access to agricultural programs. Taking the state of Illinois, for example, most of the state's population resides in more urban areas like Chicago. And in these areas, a lot of agricultural activity really occurs, yet not many people know about it. From my experiences living in this near the city, people only associated agriculture with farming and rural small like towns. And for me, myself, I didn't really know much about agriculture until I was in high school. And there isn't really a lot of exposure for younger people in urban areas, and I wish that's something we could change. Everyone should have access to some type of agriculture classes like engineering or food sciences to expose students more with the content we have gone over in class this semester, plus all the other content I've taken this far. Makes me realize more that there needs to be more awareness about these topics. There are opportunities now for younger students to get involved in agricultural programs, depending on if their school offers it. But not everyone has the chance to do so. Me personally, I've gone to many conferences throughout my years in high school and participated in a lot of activities that have showed me a lot about agriculture and sustainability. I want to be able to try and offer those opportunities for as many students as possible to get themselves invested and interested in agriculture so there can be a stronger awareness and presence of it all over. I want to be able to provide students with the necessary resources to study whatever subject they might want to. I hope I can tie it in with agriculture. There are many ways for students to get involved in an agricultural program through joining student youth organizations, being part of extracurricular activities, starting agriculture-related projects, which all could give them a lot of insight of how important the subject is. There are many opportunities for students to learn about this subject, and I hope I could help be a person who finds a way to bring that and those experiences to many students in the future. In the end, I believe that all the content we have covered in this course this semester is critical for a student's understanding about the field of engineering and technical management in agricultural systems. From learning things about unit conversions and electricity and even land use. All of it is important to know and to be able to apply to help grow the presence of agriculture into everyday life. With the stuff that we have covered, and even with the stuff I've covered in other agricultural classes, it has made me more passionate about wanting to teach future students about the importance of agriculture and about the different possibilities that the industry can offer to people at all levels. From my experiences, I don't think that there's enough agricultural presence in the urban parts of the state, and I want to be able to help change that. I think that students everywhere should have the opportunity to engage in an agricultural curriculum. And even with the experience that I've gotten and what I have been exposed to, those are the reasons why I'm passionate for wanting to teach the next generation of students to learn more about agriculture. Thank you.